All right. Excuse me. A mouthful of cookie. Here we go. Calculate the exact and approximate circumference and area of the following circles. You're going to pause the video because we're ready to go on this. All right, everybody. Let's do it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Here we go. Open that up. Paste it. There we go. I'm going to actually show you exactly what your skill check is going to look like on Wednesday. On Wednesday, we're going to take the skill check. And you know how normally it's like, here's a question, it's a level 1. Here's a question, it's a level 1. Here's a question, it's a level 1. Here's a question, it's a level 2. You know how it goes like that? This one is completely different. It is, I forget exactly how many, but it is like 4 or 5 questions that are level 1 through 3. And they all look like this. R equals, D equals, C approximately equals, A equals, A approximately equals. These are your level 1s. These are your level 2s. These are your level 3s. And so that's what's going to determine how you do on this skill check. So let's see if I can get a little help. Eliana, what is the radius of number 1? Ooh, just 30 feet. Yes, no pi in there yet. Because we're just looking for that distance across. What about the diameter? 60 feet. Very good. Love it. Great. And then what's the exact circumference, Eliana? 60 pi feet. Very good. And then you're not going to be on the hook for these on this skill check. Those will be in there automatically. Let's see here. Gracie, what's your favorite approximation of pi?
My favorite is
22 over 7. I love it. On the skill check, guys, you can use whichever one you want. Let's see here. So get ready, guys. We got to do this. We have to care about it, right? We can't just pretend we're caring about it. We have to care about it. We have to sing it like we have to sing it and mean it. TI SmartView TM emulator software for the TI-30X/TI-34 multi-view. Smile. TM calculators, Texas Instruments, validating software license. Dot, 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 dot. All right. Okay. So if you do 60 times 22 sevenths, you get that. And then we'll hit it with that. And we're going to round that to the nearest thousandth. On your self-assessments, guys, you're going to be forced to use certain approximation of pi's. It'll say you've got to use 3.14. You have to use your pi button. You have to use 22 sevenths. And when you see that, guys, make sure you pay attention to what you have to round it to. Because I always ask for the thousandths on my warm-ups and my skill checks. But sometimes I'm going to ask for something a little bit later, like different here. So 188.571, about 188.571 feet. All right. And then what about the area, Gracie? What am I going to do to find the area? Mm-hmm. Actually, you don't have to divide anything by 2. You just do the radius squared times pi. You're thinking of the circumference. Yeah, when you do the circumference, you have to do that. That's 900 pi. That's exact. So 900 pi. And that's feet squared. And then we're going to go to the area approximately. So we're going to do 900 times 22 sevenths. 2,828.571. 2,828.571 feet squared. How many of us are feeling just fine and dandy about those? You guys doing okay out there? Great, because that's exactly what your skill check's going to look like for your levels 1 through 3. Yes, go ahead. Ethan, go ahead. Thousandths. Oh, unless it says otherwise. I'm quite sure it says thousandths, though, because that's what the ACT does, so that's what I like to get you guys ready for. R equals D equals C approximately equals area approximately equals. Let's see here. Can I get a little bit of help? And this one's going to come from, that's going to be Sam. Sam, what's the radius of this circle? 11 miles. And the diameter? 20 miles. Great. Love it. What does that make the circumference exactly? Oh, 22 miles. Excuse me. Wah, wah. Didn't you guys wish your notes had an undo button?
Yeah.
That would be awesome. What's the circumference there, Sam? 22 pi miles. Great. Love it. Let's see here. I would love to get a little bit of help, and this one's going to come from, nobody's there at the moment. Let's see here. Oh, empty seats. Oh, it's happening. Georgie, what's your favorite approximation of pi? 3.14. So if we do 22 times 3.14, 69.08, about 69.08 miles. The nice thing about the 3.14 is you don't usually have to round anything. It makes it very easy to not have to round anything. So if you hate rounding, that's really the best one for you. Let's see here. And then how would you find the area of that, Georgie? Mm-hmm. Yeah. 11 squared times pi, 121 pi, miles squared, which again would matter if this was something that we really needed to be exact about. But if it's just like a chicken coop, 121 times 3.14 is good enough. 379.94, 379.94 miles squared. How many of us either got something in that neighborhood or see how we got that on our two alarms? That's great. It's honestly just the radius times itself times pi for that area. Let's see here. Claire, what is the radius of this last one? Let's see here. A equals a 1.75 kilometers. How about the diameter? 3.5 kilometers. What about the circumference? Yeah, 3.5 pi kilometers. We don't want to get in the habit of just using our calculator every time, because if you do 3.5 times pi, it's going to assume you want that approximated. And when you ask for it exact, it gives it to you as a fraction, 7 pi halves. That's correct, but Canvas isn't really going to take that. And the reason is because this is the format we like it in when we're doing trigonometry, which we're not doing yet. So I would like to see it as 3.5 pi. I'll take 7 halves pi as well. Like, that's totally fine. If you want to write it as 7 halves pi or 3.5 pi, I'm pretty sure I've set it up to take that. I'll double check though. But don't give me 7 pi halves, because that's a format that we like. That even makes it weirder to look at in terms of like what's the actual circumference there. Let's see here, Bradley. What's your favorite approximation of pi? The pi button. I love it. We got them all. So if we do 3.5 times pi, it actually already gave that to us. 10.996 is what that's going to round to. 10.996 kilometers. And then what would you get for the area? How would you do that, Bradley? 1.75 times 1.75. 3.0625. So for the exact, I would actually like to see that whole thing. 3.0625 pi kilometers squared. And I know what you're thinking. Shouldn't we round that to the nearest thousandth? Can someone tell me why, based on what I'm asking for, that we should not round this to the nearest thousandth? What do you think? What do you think? Let's see, Shreyan, what do you think? Oh, no, that's okay. The zero's actually not the problem. Truman, what's on your mind?
It doesn't. It's not high, so it's not directional.
That's true. That's true. There's something about the way I'm asking this question, though. Claire? I want the exact area. And if you round this number, is it exact anymore? No, it's just it's a weird way to approximate it. Because I guess if the exact is 3.5 pi, I guess it's approximately 4 pi kilometers, right? If you round that to the nearest whole. I don't like that, though. I don't like that. Okay, then we use your calculator to find that multiplied by pi times pi, your pi button. It's about 9.621. 9.621 kilometers squared. Okay. How many people here by raise of hand are feeling pretty comfortable about that? You guys doing okay? Great. Okay. We have one little thing we want to add on to that before we work on our self-assessment. Oh, this fell down and turned around. I apologize. Let's see here, guys. It is the 115th day of school. Do you know dialing 115 in Germany will connect you to any government office you might need?
Oh wow.
Yeah. Like, so for example, if you don't know the number for the water company, you could dial 115 and then it'll be like, hi, I'd like to speak to the government office that's in charge of water. And they'd be like, okay, and they'll connect you. Or if you're like 115 and it's like, excuse me, I would like the number for the mayor to say that they're jerks. Yes, I'll hold. Right? Like, how many of us feel like they would love, I wish we had that here in the States. Yeah, I would love to have that just be like 1-1, because How many times do you have to look up the number for like a government agency that you need to get in contact with? Is a lot. Hey, it's National Tortilla Chip Day. Did anybody else think that they completely lost their mind when Juanita's tortilla chips changed to Juantonios? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Yeah, because Juanitas were always my favorite. They're like super greasy and yummy. You guys know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And then I remember one time I was looking at a bag and it was like, it said Juantonios. And I was like, has it been Juantonios this whole time? And I guess they got sued and now they can only be Juanitas in California. I don't know how it works. Anyway, what's our first essential question? And I'd love to get that from Elizabeth. Yeah. Can we practice calculating the area of a circle given its radius or diameter? All right. Our Jeopardy this week is there right on the money. So a $100 bill does indeed have Ben Franklin on it. I give you the money. You tell me whose face is on it, okay? And then sea creatures, that's a shark. That's a shark indeed. Hey, okay. It's kind of a janky looking shark, but that's okay. All right. Got a pencil? Today our topic is area practice, which we just did, but there's one kind of question that I haven't discussed with you yet that I want to make sure you understand. What if I told you that the area of this circle was 300 miles squared? Could you tell me its diameter? Approximate its diameter to the nearest thousandth? See what you guys can do? How would you find out what the diameter of a circle is if you already knew its area? How could you do that? See what you guys can come up with and teach. Oops. Sorry. I do like your tiny pencil. It's perfect for throwing at people who make you mad, or possibly mice. Okay. Take another couple minutes, or really, honestly, 45 seconds, I should say. Elizabeth, do you think this, or Ellie, do you think this will pop if I do the thing where you blow into it? Oh, I think it's going to be a really good one. Hey guys, I'm going to pop this bag, so don't freak out when I do it. You guys ready? That was anticlimactic. You know what happened? It popped because I squoze it on that side before I even got there. So I actually kind of hurt my hand. All right. Can I get you guys in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Shh. Sadie, how on earth do you think we're going to do something like this? Yeah, because if 300 equals r squared times pi, pi is just a number. And when we solve equations that have an exponent in it, you can just divide by pi. What's your favorite approximation of pi? You just did the pi button. So it's 300 divided by pi. Does my calculator even dare? Yeah, if I'm like, give it to me exactly, my calculator's like, nuh-uh, I won't. All right, so that's about 95.4929, all that. What am I going to do with that number, though? That's right. We have to say what number times itself would give me that, because that's the radius squared. So if I take the square root of that, it's about 9.772. So r is about 9.772. Is that my final answer there, Sadie? Yeah, because I've got the diameter there. So 19.544. How many of us either got 19.544 or something in that neighborhood, depending on your approximation of pi? Love that. Very good. Hey, when I say teach, I want you guys to say okay. I want you guys to go ahead and work on self-assessment. We're on module 13, I think. 13.3. I don't know why that 3 is wearing a weird hat. So go ahead, guys, work on that. We got about 15 minutes. You guys have done awesome today, and I think you guys do deserve a point. All right, those of you at home, go ahead and work on that, and we'll see you on the other side.